to my pitch, and I'm here to present my product to A-Line Productions. We have recruited lots of creative journalists and reporters to help produce a fashion magazine that many people enjoy. Miss Icon is the new best thing, and I hope you enjoy listening to my product. My magazine aim is to work alongside A-Line Productions to release and introduce the UK's next innovative beauty magazine. For this to be a successful magazine, I will need to ensure I have an appropriate target audience, including the correct magazine conventions, in order to make my magazine profitable and acknowledged. To achieve this aim, I will complete many objectives which will make my product more successful. I have picked the colours red, pink and white for the Miss Icon magazine I want to create. I have picked the colour red and pink mainly because the magazine is in the genre beauty and most products are pink and red. My masthead and boost will be in the colour red as the colour is a bold colour and will be an appealing feature to the product to its public. In order for my magazine to be more successful, I have viewed other magazine competitors for my magazine. This is where I made a mood board filled with other beauty genre magazines, so the comparison from my magazine and the other beauty magazines are seen. This is important, as I should be aware of the other magazines' layout and context, so I do not come across any copyright issues. Hopefully, by the content, my magazine will be extravagant. My target audience will strengthen and increase in growth throughout the time, increasing popularity. Initial costs include staff, equipment, pagination, and makeup artists for the models included in my magazine. As the magazine will be a new magazine, the audience will not receive all the goods until there is initial growth. But the magazine will be digital to save money but to also promote the magazine even more. Therefore, for the promotion to increase the attraction on the digital version, it will also be an app where you may set up an account and subscribe to hear about more inclusives and other things included. In the first year of my successfully made product, I am aware that the statistics will not be acknowledged as they will be in the next years. People need to be aware of the content used in my magazine and in the first year of the making, and the growth in the upcoming years, as not all startups are successful and most do fail. There are a few unique selling points for my product, which includes exclusives, images and details about the UK's top 10 beauty YouTubers, information and biographies of the beauty models, and also information on London and Paris Fashion Week. Due to the genre of my magazine, I have identified that the target audience is mainly aimed for women, as women have more interest in makeup and beauty itself. My magazine audience are expected to be of the demographic profile A, B, C and C1, ages 15 to 28. The price of my magazine will be $2.99, as the demographic profile will know it is affordable and in their price range. I will distribute my magazine physically and also distribute it digitally. This is because digital distribution is cheaper and there are many more advantages. Physical distribution is more of a disadvantage, but people prefer it more than digital. The digital will be cheaper because it will make the audience want to buy it more than the physical, as the digital will be as an incentive to attract and buy. For my magazine, I need to ensure that I copyright the information and images that I use, so that A-Line Production know that nobody else will copy what I have used. Also, that for other magazines to use the information and images that I have used, they will need consent from either me, my team, or A-Line Productions itself. I need to ensure that my logos have been copyrighted from me and my team, so other magazines do not copy my logos without my consent. When I bring my team together, I will ensure that they are fully aware of the knowledge of the considerations and content. This includes slander, discrimination, privacy invasion, and any sort of harassment. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please do ask.
Thank you very much, Nafdah. It was a really good pitch. Could we just take it back to the rival slide? So I'm just going to ask you about some of the competitors. Okay, so one of the considerations A-Line would have is it's quite a saturated market. What I mean by that is there's a lot of fashion and beauty magazines out there on the market at the minute. Okay, and I can see from your pictures, Cosmo, Vogue, and Elle, they have quite a different target audience. Okay, probably Vogue and Elle are looking at upper class women, okay. Cosmo, more middle to working class. It has a lot of kind of sex and gossip in there, okay. So how does Miss Icon, like where's the gap for Miss Icon? Where would it fit between those?
Well, Miss Icon has different products, obviously, to be produced for the ages from 15 upwards.
So do you think you're targeting more young girls as opposed to...
Mainly young girls, to be honest, because
okay.
they're the top 10.
Yep. Can you talk me through your logic behind $2.99 for your price then? What was you thinking behind that?
Well, it'll have to be affordable for the demographic profile.
Okay, and do you think $2.99 is something that young girls could easily afford?
Most likely, because they do have the advantage of getting jobs.
Yep. Okay. And last question is on legal issues. So if you just take it back to the legal slide. Okay, so one of A-Line's considerations, as well as copyright and trademark, is making sure that we are protecting our content for libel. Can you talk us through what your understanding of that is, please?
I'm not sure, but if I have any information on that, I will get back to you.
Thank you very much. Okay, thanks Nafdah, cheers.